In this video, I will explain how to drastically improve your OF sales, get more money into your account, doesn't matter who you are, manager or a model who doing all the chatting all by yourself. In this video, I will explain the mindset behind it and how it basically looks. And what are the things that you need to pay attention to. First of all, why you should listen to me? Well, we'll be working with these two models, one making 25K a month, other one 6K a month, just so you know that I do have models. Let's jump right into it. So the first concept is I want you to understand that we do not sell random content. We do not sell nothing to chance. We don't leave nothing to chance. Let's say you just signed this model and she telling you like, oh, I have this and this amount of content. You see some content in her vault. It doesn't matter. We do not give a damn what content she already has. You will need to explain to her what content she will need to do to maximize your sales. I will explain a little bit later, but you do not want to sell just random content. Everything that we will do is for a purpose. Everything that we do makes sense. Also important note, we do not sell to people once. The whole point to increase amount of revenue on your account and to basically make as much money as possible with every month is to make people who already bought the content keep buying more. You don't want to keep persuading new people to keep purchasing your content. You would want to build a base of subscribers who love your model's content and they keep doing it, they keep buying it. It will be a lot easier to sell to them. They buy in more amount, so the long-term value of subscribers it's increasing, their purchase value. Let's talk about how you can implement it. So you can start implementing sexting scripts. So basically you spending individually your time for a fan, and you or your VA, the person who you train, basically he's chatting with the fans individually. We're not selling mass messages. Every subscriber is messaged individually. So sexting scripts. So the first unit of content costs around $10, $15, or even $20. Some people price it like $5 or even $7, $10. You can adjust this price also individually per fan depending on what his financial situation looks like. But basically, the first unit costs around $10, $15, $20. And it gradually increases up to $200. Of course, if you just sell into a new fan, let's say you started this just first sexting script with this new fan, of course he's gonna buy like maybe $100 max. Depends on the person as well, but I would say $200, of course, for unit of content, it's for the whales. But we did it. I've done it plenty of times, me personally, when we sell like $200, $150. It's possible, but as I said, you need to adjust this price depending on the customer. And after you made this sale, you need to keep talking to him. It's not stopping right there. You need to keep building the connection. So you're not just sold, as I said, one unit of content for $200 and you just disappeared all of a sudden. You need to keep talking to him and keep building, this relationship. But sometimes they just disappear all of a sudden. And if you've been doing it, let's say you also have a model, you notice that sometimes subscribers, they just disappear all of a sudden. They just post not clarity. They realize what they've done and they kind of regret it. And it is your job to make sure that they will keep buying your content next time. So if he's purchased something, you need to make sure that you reward him with your attention. Also, when you just figuring him out, when you just getting to know your potential client, your potential subscriber who you're gonna sell to. It doesn't matter who he is. He may be a student or he may be a high class, some kind of worker. It doesn't matter. Even students can spend $200, $300, $400 for customs, etc. You need to basically go with the script, basically with the plan. It doesn't matter if he's 19 or 35 or 50. All that matters is the amount of time and money he's willing to spend for your model, because he sees your model as high value. And the way that you increase your amount of sales that you do per subscriber is teaching them that it's okay to give to your model money. You need to teach them basically that it's okay to give her money. Maybe some of them think that, it's disrespecting to pay for something, or they want to tip her, etc., etc. They thinking like, oh, they buying content and it's disrespecting. You need to teach them and reward good behavior. And one of the ways is to tell him that she appreciates him and she loves the fact that he keeps taking care of her, and basically he's giving her money for something. So he's not just giving her money as cash, or just money, but money for goods, for something. She's always wanted to get this new purse or new lingerie or something, come up with something. Or maybe her lamp has broken down, or her new laptop, it just doesn't work, and she needs money for this. And let's say something's broken in your model's house. You can just, if you have already like good base of customers, of subscribers who have already spent some money, maybe $300 or $500 plus, you can basically show to them that she needs money for this, and you can basically ask them for money. Once the connection is built, I don't want you to ask random people, random subs that just sub to your model's account, ask them for money. That is why I'm telling you to build connections with fans. Once it's built, once it's built up, all the connection, you can just basically ask them for money. And they're gonna feel bad if they don't do it. Because, all this dopamine, and they love when they see like the model is making content for them, and they don't want to lose her because you've built this value up of your model. And let's say you trying to sell them something, some content, and your whale says that he doesn't have money now. You never want to lower your price for anything. You don't want to change it. We're not changing prices. We're not lowering it. He doesn't have $100. He says, I have only 80. We're not having it. If he's not able to buy your PPV that you sent to him, doesn't matter. No worries. Okay, I understand. It's just $20 difference. Oh, so you never want to see it. You never negotiating the price. Of course, you just little bit, pushing them and convincing him that it's just, let's say $20 difference or $15 difference. It's not that big of a deal, but you're not lowering your price. Never. Otherwise, he'll just keep doing it. You're gonna lose the fan this way. Never lower your prices. And the last way that I want to talk about how you can increase your sales, the amount of revenue on the account, is customs. So customs are made individually per fan, and it is basically made for those who already spent some money. So let's say subscribers spent $100 or $300 plus. I would say $300 to $400 plus. Then they can ask for customs, or you can also suggest to them, offer that you can make something for them. You do not want to say like it's a custom. You just want to say like, oh, you want me to make this for you, and you want to clarify everything. You want to make sure that you discuss everything. what lingerie she'll be wearing, how much time will it take, how long will the video be, what she will do on the video, what is the location, right? So where it's gonna happen. You basically discuss everything. Once it's discussed, you give it to your model. She's making it, I would say 2 to 3 days max. That's ideally 1 or 2 or 3 days max. She needs to make it, this unit of content, especially for him. You want to clarify, like, you want me to say like your name, or you want to clarify everything. Ask him questions and get responses from him. He's gonna fall in love even more. I want you to understand that everything that we do is to make sure he falls in love. He's completely in love with your model and he doesn't want to leave at all. Or if he dares to leave, he will regret it after 3 days, after a week, and he'll come back. That is the whole point, to make him feel so special, to make him fall in love, that he doesn't have this bond, this connection with any other model but yours. Guys, this is basically it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you want my personal help with your business, hit me up on Instagram, see if we can work together. If you found this valuable, subscribe to this channel, like, comment, and I'll see you next one. Peace.